If you needed open heart surgery, you wouldn't let the auto shop do it, no matter how good they are at fixing cars. That would be ridiculous. Except, actually, we let unqualified people do surgery on our opinions all the time. Take this famous ad, where a good-looking Hollywood actor tells you that Chesterfield cigarettes are a quality product. Ronald Reagan wasn't a doctor, a chemist, or a public health expert. He was a celebrity with charisma, paid to attract the public to a product that was for sale. In rhetoric, the term for this is false authority. It's someone speaking as an expert when they don't have the credentials or experience to back up their opinions. This could be a celebrity whose word carries weight with the audience because of their popularity or the trustworthiness of the character they are associated with. It can also be someone with genuine expertise speaking outside their own field of knowledge. For example, a prominent scientist making pronouncements about the existence of God, even though that question properly belongs to philosophy, or a theologian writing history books. Someone who is truly an expert on a subject has spent years of disciplined and guided study mastering it. Expertise is necessarily specialized, since mastering a topic requires focus and time, and the greater the expertise, the narrower the subject mastered. For that reason, the first rule of being an expert is stay in your lane. It's easy to find false authority everywhere on the internet. TikTok videos made by influencers, social media posts from questionable news sources, and podcasts on YouTube that make fun of experts. For many people, those media sources are voicing their own skepticism, their own doubts about the people in charge. And those doubts can be really strong when data is complex and impossible to decipher by non-experts. Not being able to read the data for ourselves leaves us in a position of blind faith. It's not just, do I trust the data, but do I trust the person explaining the data to me? When a speaker seems to share our worldview, it can be tempting to trust them rather than authority figures who are not like us. In a moment in history when our politics are so polarized and our dislike of those in power is so strong, we may take the mockery of experts at face value. But this can be really dangerous. When I go to the doctor for blood work, I usually have no idea what to make of the numbers I am looking at on the page. Even if I recognize a number as too high or too low, I don't know what story those numbers are telling me until the doctor interprets them. I'm an expert in my own field, but my field isn't medicine. I have to trust the doctor who's treating me because if I'm given good advice and I don't take it, my health could be at risk. Most of us know that we can't make sense of all the data in the world by ourselves. When we are deciding who we trust, the most tempting solution is to turn to someone we think shares our values. The way they talk about issues seems to give legitimacy to all our fears and frustrations. The seemingly smart and well-spoken person who says what everyone in the group seems to be thinking. But when that person shouts down all the evidence that we don't want to hear, the result is an echo chamber, bias confirmation, and all the consequences of being ignorant of something we need to know. So, here are 2 ways to protect yourself from false authority. Don't assume that someone is honest just because they seem to share your values. Projecting an image that says, I'm one of you, is the most common shortcut to authority and influence that the speaker has not earned. Also, real journalists are in pursuit of the facts. They love experts because experts can not only give facts, but also explain them. When you are choosing where to get information, pay attention to the credentials of the people who are interviewed on the program. Are they consulting highly qualified people, or just the people who say what they want to hear? Finally, when you're tempted to go along with the popular person online who's only saying what everybody else thinks, remember this. In 1948, Ronald Reagan was an actor featured in a cigarette ad. In 1984, he was the President of the United States, and he signed a law that put this on cigarette cartons instead.